I'm actually fairly bullish on the prospects for legislative action in terms of climate change in the coming years, not this year, but certainly in the 2 to 3 year window. Republicans are starting to wake up, some of them because they realize all the scientific data that's out there, and they process it and they understand this is a crisis that has to be addressed. Others because they know there will be political consequences if they don't, and they know that young voters, especially all across the country, are demanding climate action. So things are definitely changing. I was there for the beginning of that. The House Bipartisan Climate Solutions Caucus was the first bipartisan organization in Congress ever organized to have a dialogue over climate change and to start crafting solutions. And that group actually organized to defeat anti-climate legislation on the House floor. First time that had happened under Republican control of the House, at least in the modern era. Today, we have now a bipartisan climate solutions caucus in the Senate. On the Republican side, it's led by Mike Braun, a coal state senator, right, from Indiana. So things have definitely changed. And over in the House, so when I was a member of Congress, the 114th, 115th Congresses, I couldn't get a Republican leader to even acknowledge this issue, to talk about it. Kevin McCarthy over on the House side is now saying that Republicans are going to be the ones who are going to meaningfully address climate change. I know a lot of people are skeptical about that, and I know that the proposals have a long way to go, but language is always a leading indicator in Congress, and Republicans have certainly shifted their language, even House Republicans who tend to be more conservative than Senate Republicans. So I'm hopeful that in the next Congress, there could be some meaningful action on climate change. And it'll be thanks to people like Sheldon Whitehouse, who have been fighting this for a long time, and for others like Mike Braun, who is a newcomer to Congress, who doesn't have very much political incentive to engage on this issue, but who understands that it's the right thing to do, and that his children and his grandchildren need him to do it. So again, I'm just more optimistic than most, and I actually think that this COVID crisis is going to give climate action even more momentum. What have we learned during this crisis for now or thus far? This is about crisis management, risk management, mitigating a challenge that we're facing collectively. I mean, that's exactly the same exact thing could be said about climate change. So every day, more and more Republicans are shifting to a healthier position, and I think that that'll yield some very meaningful results in the coming years.